Lewis, your Godfather Wolf. Welcome back to another Hollywood podcast here in season number 2. We're talking this time about my story, my trilogy, if you will, of Batman NC-17. As the tagline said for my uh, teaser, it's Batman like you've never seen. Strong sexual content, strong language, murder, gore, and so much more. So one day, I thought, you know what? It's time to do something I've never done before. And that is write what I have a dream about. I've never done that before. So this Batman NC-17 was written into 6 parts, or 6 chapters, if you will. Part 5 was that of my dream. Every other one of the chapters from chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, and chapter 6 was written off the top of my head. Like I said, it was a screenplay format. It's the screenplay format that I wrote all 3 of the trilogy into. It was something that I really didn't do before. Everything else was just written freely into regular story chapters and stuff like that, if you will, paragraphs and whatnot. It wasn't something that I actually planned on writing. It's just the way that I wanted the format to come forth. But like I said, I love Batman. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think all the Batman movies are good. I mean, Heath Ledger's Joker in The Dark Knight was a good portrayal. But I'm always going to love Jack Nicholson's performance in the very first Batman. I do believe, in my personal opinion, that Michael Keaton was the best Batman, hands down, for Batman and Batman Returns. George Clooney did a good job, Batman and Robin, and Batman Forever, I believe, was the one that Val Kilmer did, Batman. Christian Bale, he did good in his own right, I call those the reboot versions, if you will, because the original versions of Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin, to me, were the old school Batman movies. And then, the new school Batman movies with Christian Bale, The Dark Knight, whatever other, I can't think of the other ones on the top of my head, but generally I want to talk about. Those movies there, I think, were probably, the revised versions, if you will, Batman, there, but I do like the older versions as well. Like I said, Jack Nicholson's portrayal of the Joker was good. Danny DeVito did an excellent job as the Penguin. Of course, Michelle Pfeiffer always does good at everything she does. She did a great job playing Catwoman. Mr. Freeze, of course, was Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Poison Ivy was a good job there by Uma Thurman. I think it's Uma Thurman. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Like I said, it was just really interesting, really great plot for this Batman NC-17 trilogy. I'm really not going to give away too much details other than the fact that it really is a heavy storyline that centers around the plot centers more around Harley Quinn and the Joker's aspect than it does Batman. However, Batman, of course, is trying to fight the crime, trying to, go through Gotham City and fight the Joker, and later on in a trilogy, fights a lot of other interesting characters from the from the comics and from the Batman series and whatnot. But it's really awesome how everything came about, how I sat there and wrote this. Like I said, basically freehandly off the top of my head. Besides that Joker Harley dream that I had that I put into the thing. Like I said, that was the very first time I've done that. I've never actually written any of my stories in the from dreams I had. Basically, all my stories are just off the top of my head. As I say with my stories, with my poetry, with everything, I have phrases and all kinds of different things circling in my head each and every time, each and every day. Like right now, I have some phrases in my head right now that could possibly conjure up some poetry and whatnot. But Batman SC-17 has a great plot. As I said, it's a really interesting plot. I liked how the plot come out. Like I said, the screenplay format is really good. If you love Batman, if you're a lover of Batman, and you can get past maybe some a little bit of graphic language and a little bit of intense moments like we've never seen before in a Batman series. It's just a fan fiction, something I wrote that I'm very proud of, something that I can say that I look back on, and when I read it myself, I'm even amazed at the way things unfolded in the whole Batman NC-17 trilogy. I'm thinking about, as I talk to you about this, I'm thinking about possibly doing a sequel, kind of like a branch off, if you will, of the Batman NC-17 trilogy. I'm not really sure exactly if I'm going to do that or not. That is to be determined and to be announced. But yeah, I do appreciate y'all joining for this Halloween podcast. I will leave the link to the description of Batman NC-17 trilogy to my writings page. Y'all are welcome to check it out, and let me know your feedback by shout me out on Twitter at @WolfmanLewis_, and let me know exactly what you thought of it, or if you can get a hold of me other forms of social media or other forms, like if you remember my Discord or whatever. Just go ahead and shoot me a message. Let me know how you like the Batman NC-17 trilogy. Wolfman Lewis, your Godfather Wolf. I